Another bloody gimbal. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is this thing better than anything else that's out there on the market? Well, I guess we're gonna go find out. What is up, beautiful people? It's Ben here, back again with another video, this time with a travel-friendly gimbal. It's the new, this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna call this one the travel-friendly one. And the reason I'm gonna call it the travel-friendly one is because I've been using the Ronin S for a while now. But what I find with this thing is, it gets quite heavy. Now this thing here is much lighter, even just in the box here. So we want to find out why this thing is any better than anything else that's out there on the market. So I'm going to take this bad boy to the headquarters of Instagram itself. Do you know what that is? All right, so here I am in sunny Bali, sweating my face off. I'm a pretty simple gimbal user, but I'm gonna run through a few tests and see how it goes. See how this thing, let's run it through its paces and see what it's like. So that is literally what I did. Probably not the safest thing next to a huge slippery pool, but YOLO, right? And then one more in a profile shot. But shooting nothing like this is boring. We kinda need a subject to follow, something to track. So here's my friend Shaz, helping me demonstrate my most favorite feature of this gimbal, the ability to go from high to low super easily. Check out my ninja walk too. So let's try that now on the 85mm. Gosh, I love this lens. This time my model's Jason. Let's try a parallax pan around this hut. Not sure if it's just me, but do you notice those jerky corrections? They're a little bit annoying, and I found that happened a fair bit on these types of movements. But what if we tried a more unpredictable subject?
Oh, you got the water. Oh.
These cute little dudes sure love their peanuts. And their water. They weren't so sure of my setup though.
And down.
But enough of these crazy monkeys, let's move on. I think I want to know what it looks like and how smooth we can get it if we jump on a skateboard. I feel like a proper Casey Neistat now, riding along the street on an electric skateboard with a vlogging setup. Not quite New York City though, is it? Gotta apologise for this smoke. Sydney is basically just covered in smoke at the moment from the whole bunch of bushfires. And those fires are no joke. You know what else is awesome? How good it feels to hold a gimbal low like this. I have to say it's the easiest of all the gimbals that I've used to get this type of shot. So that was fun. How about we take it to a whole new level? Like, literally. So from shooting super low to then shooting super high, you can almost get this flying FPV style type of footage. Let me show you how I did it. Okay, so pretty much I've dropped this thing on a monopod, and then I can just raise this thing all the way up into the air. And then I've essentially got a drone that I can bring to ground level and control. How cool is that? Almost as cool as my concentration face while holding a 7-foot pole with a camera on the end. I think this could work really well when it comes to, say, like real estate shoots where a drone isn't an option. I probably wouldn't advise doing it on a skateboard though. I find that Zhiyun seem to do a pretty good job with coming up with a new innovation. I find that all of the other gimbal manufacturers seem to follow whatever the latest thing that they do. and which I'm okay with because Zhiyun seem to always be fairly well priced in the marketplace. Now I would dare say that in terms of its portability and ease of use from a travel perspective, I would say this is the easiest gimbal that I have used so far. It packs so small, it's got these locking mechanisms that stop your gimbal from bouncing and bashing into itself. The build quality is probably not as good as the Ronin's, and it's probably not as smooth either, but it's just so light and so easy to pack away, which easily covers for that build quality. And the build quality is still good, don't get me wrong. And there's a bunch of really crazy features available for this thing, but I didn't even get a chance to check them out. And for the most part, I'd probably never use them either. One thing I will say though, is I could see myself filming all day on one of these, and it would be a breeze. I get the feeling that the future of some camera equipment these days is smaller, lighter, and stronger. But that being said, I ended up adding a little bit more weight by putting another tripod handle. I found it easier than constantly screwing and unscrewing to change positions. I also know that there's a quick release for the Weebil-S, which didn't come with my test unit, but I still think a double handle would be a better option for all types of use, and way more convenient too. Now I gotta say, I think that most gimbals are all pretty similar. They're all pretty smooth, they do what they're supposed to do. Why would we need another gimbal out there? Why do we need something so special? You know, in fact, I'm actually wondering how long gimbals are actually going to be on the marketplace. Stabilization from a software point of view has been so good. I mean, we've got things like GoPros and these Osmos that are absolutely crushing it when it comes to a stabilization point of view. And they're tiny, right? Even our phones do a pretty good job of this. So I'm not sure how long's left on the gimbal, but in the meantime, if you want stable footage on your camera, you're gonna need one of these bad boys. And this one comes highly recommended from me, and I think it's still a while away before we see any of that crazy good software stabilization in DSLRs or mirrorless cameras anyway. Alright, so that is it from me and this bad boy here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, why not subscribe? And I will see you in the next video. See ya.